Hi, this is Heyday Tinker Terry back again with another video. I'm hoping to do some gameplay while while we're all awaiting this upcoming update that should be here very soon. But in the meantime, before I go on to farming, I have a request. If you've been watching my videos and you have been enjoying what you see and hear, I would very much appreciate it if you could like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll even give you a couple seconds to scroll down and do that right now if you'd like before we begin, and just tap on subscribe and tap the bell notification so you'll be sure to get my videos when they first come out, and I would really appreciate that very much. Thank you. Okay, well, should we go start feeding the animals here? Yeah, you can probably hear my parakeets in the background. I only had one until yesterday, after not having, well, I had two, but I had to give one of them away about a year ago because he was just so mean to Sunny, the male parakeet that I have now that's about 2 years old. And I got Sunny when he was a baby, and my other parakeet, Sunny's a little yellow bird, that's how he got his name, a little yellow parakeet with a little bit of green on him. But anyway, Sky, the blue parakeet I had, he was so mean to Sunny that I had to find him another home where he wasn't able to be mean. So I went quite a while without getting another parakeet, but I've been so busy lately that I felt Sunny needed a companion. And so I went yesterday to my local pet shop and got a little female bird, which I really wasn't sure what to name her, but right now I'm just calling her Birdie, and that may end up her name, or it might end up being changed, but for the time being it's Birdie. And oh, what an ordeal I had yesterday. I got her, and they put her in this box, which I really don't understand the box. It was not very easy to deal with, and I opened the cage door. I opened the side of the box. I'll see, my honey had not progressed while I wasn't on the game. But anyway, I opened the cage, opened the side of the box, and thought that she had went into the cage, but it turned out it was just Sunny, just kind of fluttering around because he was scared, which parakeets tend to be very sensitive because they're birds of prey in their natural habitat. But anyway, she wasn't in the cage when I looked. She was still in the box, but by that time I'd pulled the box back, and as I go to try to put my hand over the top, to keep her from flying out, well, she goes flying out. Well, luckily, her wings are clipped. Otherwise, I don't know what I would have done. But it took me forever to catch that bird. I even had gotten to the point of calling my grandson, but he was out to help. He was at work at Safeway. He's a manager at Safeway, and he said, "I'm sorry, Grandma, I'm at work. I can't help you right now." And I'm like, "Okay." So I called my daughter Shannon, because she lives in town, the same town I live in. My other daughter, Stacy, lives in a town, gosh, probably about, I don't know, I'd say 45 minutes away. And my third and youngest daughter lives about 15 or 20 minutes away, depending on the traffic. But I knew she probably wouldn't be available. So, but anyway, I called Shannon, and she was just about ready to come when I finally caught Sky, or not Sky, I'm sorry, Birdie. But that was an ordeal. I mean, I'm not as young as I used to be. You know, when I was younger, it probably would have not been an issue. But I chased that bird around and around and around, and I finally, just about the time I gave up, I finally cornered her in the kitchen, and I felt so bad because when I looked down at her, she was like, oh, like, get it over with, kill me now and get it over with. I felt so bad, but I gently reached down and grabbed her, and her heart was pounding so fast. I felt so bad, but I ended up getting her in the cage, and now she's just terrified, sitting in the bottom of the cage. I feel bad about that because I was hoping she would get up on the perch, one of the perches at least. But that's kind of the way it is with parakeets. They tend to be a little well, quite a bit nervous and flighty, even when they know you. But they're still friendly. Like Sonny is very friendly and active and outgoing, and he loves attention. So that's why I felt that I needed to get him a female companionship. After the chaotic relationship between the two males I had, I think they both wanted to be dominant, and it just wasn't working out. So the most dominant, Sky, I just couldn't stand him beating up on Sonny so much, so I had to give him away, but he went to a good home, so that's good. So anyway, okay, we'll move on from there. I just kind of had to tell you that story. But yeah, I'm so happy Sonny has a companion now, and I hope they do get along. I'm thinking they will, but you never know. Sonny's being so nice to her, so that's a good sign. But anyway, okay, we'll move on here. I've just been farming in auto mode while I've been talking. I don't even know half the stuff I did, but anyway, that's the way it goes. And then I have another son, Matthew. Well, I have two sons, so I have 5 kids in all. They're all grown adults, with the youngest being 30, my daughter. And Matthew recently moved from here, and a couple months ago, and moved to Pennsylvania, and he's doing really well. I mean, the economy there is a lot better than California's high cost. And I thought, a place like Pennsylvania, being close to the East Coast and that area, that things would be kind of expensive too. But when he was here before he left, they have these things you can look at online that tell you, well, you can compare the place you live or a place you want to know about compared to another place you want to know about, the economy and things like that. And it was really nice, and it showed that, yes, things were a lot cheaper there. I think it's called Fayetteville, Fayetteville, Pennsylvania. I'm pretty sure that's the name, but it's a lot cheaper. I live on the Central Coast, and I guess it won't hurt to tell you where I live. I live in Santa Cruz, and it's very expensive to live here. So I'm glad that he found a place. He found a job right away, which is pretty much comparable to what he was making here, which is good. Well, somebody probably took my tag. Yeah, they did. Put a new one up. But anyway, he moved there, and he's doing good. And but what I started to tell you about well, not that I didn't want you to know that he moved, something to talk about, which is nice, and that he's doing good. But I had told him that I started making these heyday videos, and he was happy for me. And I need to get some bananas. Again, my mind's in another place, talking to you, which I'm happy to do. But he was happy for me that I started making heyday videos and uploading them to YouTube. And he used to help me with quite a bit of things, which I wish, in a way, he was here now. I mean, I'm happy for that he's finally in a place where he can make a go of things. But, you know, times I wish he was here to help me, because he was such a computer whiz that I'm sure he could be teaching me a lot of things that I could really stand to know right now. But anyway, back to what I was going to say about him. I keep getting sidetracked with things, but then it's okay because it's kind of all relevant. He started making videos himself, and when I first seen that he had made videos, I thought, okay, it's probably more of the games that he used to upload, which were more battle games. And there's nothing wrong with battle games. They're fun. I used to play some back when I was younger. I've kind of got away from them, not for any real reason other than I like to take things at a slower pace these days, like a game like Heyday, which is great. See, she was just standing on the porch. She was standing on the porch. Okay, but he started uploading these videos, and they weren't games that were about battle and things that he would normally do. They were about finances. It was a game about finances. And he had never really had to do a lot of things, didn't get enough, dealing with a lot of finance. I'm not saying he's never handled finances, of course he has, but it was just so amazing. He was like this wizard that came out of nowhere, and it was just totally amazing. And I told his dad, I said, you've got to watch this video that Matthew's my son, my youngest son, and I said, you need to watch this video. This boy is just amazing when it comes to finances. It's like, I kind of find the game boring. I would not purposely do a finance game, but when I see what he's capable of and his knowledge and things that I would have never suspected, it was just amazing, really amazing. But he also said that part of the reason that he got into the game was because he was watching, I guess, my videos, I guess I'm assuming this part. He was watching my videos, and it kind of made him feel like we were in contact. And I could see that, because when I was watching his videos, I didn't get the things I went after, the bananas. Yeah, he said, well, when I watched him, I noticed that it was like we were kind of in the same room or on the phone or, talking. And it was just real nice. It was a nice feeling. So, yeah, that's kind of one of the things that I wanted to bring up there. It was an interesting way to keep in contact and feel like you're with the person that you love. And so it's great that we have this in common now with him and his finance game. But I don't mind watching it. But I love not so much the finance game, but the fact that I can see what he can do, and that is just awesome. Okay, I need to go back to my boat. Okay. Let's see what's coming up next. That should be doable. I'll put some cucumbers on in a while when some things start growing out. But, okay, now back to the update that I was talking about in my last video, which should be here very soon, possibly tomorrow, if not soonish, as Ricky says. And yeah, I just watched the other update and the newest update after I made my last video. And it's really interesting. This new place it showed on the map had these, I guess you would call them like icons. It's kind of like, oh, well, when you see people, like you see these things, the people's pictures and stuff, but it's in a circular thing. And it's kind of like orders. They were like orders. There was some that were green, or well, there was two. One was a kind of a circular green and it had like where it says G-Town, it had a person like that with no real picture. And I assume they will be filled in if people have pictures or just left if they don't. And then there was some, let's see, like where the first one here, Geo Como 77, in that color, the kind of gold color, and again with no picture, but that's, to be determined later, I'm sure. But they have two of those, and I'm assuming they're probably orders. So that really makes me wonder if we will have the opportunity to work with our friends and our hood members on some of these orders that we're supposed to be being able to do. It's interesting. It will be interesting to find out. And yeah, that's the newest thing I got out of the update. And so we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, it's I don't think I have. Well, I did notice too that Chick Norris was sitting on what looked like a yellow goldish token of some sort, which could be like a coin. But then the blue things that I think we were seeing around on the map were smaller, and there was a few dots of those lined up. So I wonder if those might be like some of the tokens, and the gold token, bigger token thing might be coins. At this time, everything is just speculation. What did I need? What was I going after? I think it was oranges. Well, I put those in there, but oh no, it was cocoa. That's right, it was cocoa. But so, the new update is, it's here. All we can do is speculate, but we shall see. We shall see what happens with it. Can't wait for it to get here. It's been a long time in coming. We're definitely overdue for an update, but I'm hoping very much that this one will have been worth the wait. So we'll see, and it should be here soon. Okay, now I'm totally scattered on the farm. What shall we do next? Yeah, I do have some blackberries I can take. So, can start working on these bushes, either for help task or cut down. I'm not sure what they are. Try to let a little bit of a gap go in here because I'm not collecting saws or axes as much as I had been. I mean, I still have quite a few, but I think I just need to kind of slow down and pace myself because they aren't coming, or seemingly coming, as fast as they used to. Save some of those for help for my neighborhood members. Just carefully going through them so I don't accidentally. I've cut down a lot of ones that could be revived in my time too by just going too fast and not being careless. And I really don't like when that happens. It's like, oh man, I could have got another round out of that. But it's heyday life. Okay, I'll come back to those. All right, let's go see how my fishing area is progressing. I've always got to make sure I keep plenty of lures going. So I always try to keep around, well, at least 100 of just the worm lures for derby task. So that way I can do 3 or 4 if I need to. Let's see. Well, let's take these guys out first and put some more in. I definitely could always make these guys ready. How about, yes, they are. I think I had enough, but no, still one short. Oh well. Yeah, I always try to keep these guys going when there's not a derby going on, or until I'm finished with the derby. So that way I have sufficient pillows, blankets, and hats. Oh, I can put another one of those on because I still have time. Yeah, some more of those. I'm always careful not to put them on too close to derby time. I'll pick these up, but I will wait for that other one because I don't know if I'm just this freak about waiting until I have enough to put 6 of each down at one time. I don't know why. I didn't used to be when I was at lower levels. I would just be happy to take 1 or 2 lobsters, but just like to keep things going. I'll come back in a few minutes. It's got an hour and 8 minutes. Wow. No, I'm not going to use diamonds. Okay, somebody needs help. We'll see if I can help. There it is. Some trees. Yes, I can use the 8 XP. Oh, 18. 18 XP? I wonder something that just dawned on me now. I wonder if the more revives you do, the more XP you get, or is it the trees and bushes themselves that decide how much XP you get? That's really interesting. Wow, I'll have to check further into that. That's kind of a brand new idea for me. I never thought anything about it, to be honest. Her animals. I'll look at her farm real quick while we're here. I know I said I was going to do a farm tour soon, and I still do plan on doing that. Anybody else? Let's see, nope. How about the donation board? Yeah, okay. Okay, we'll go to the town. Ambi, thank you. And this time I'm just going to pick them up because I'm not in a derby and I'm not stacking and it's not time for the derby to be starting anytime soon. So I will just go ahead and collect them, collect all the wonderful prizes. And an axe to boot. Screws, dynamite, another screw, and I got help. Yes, thank you, that person who must have been from the paper or my friends list. Oh, my friends list is getting almost full. I'm surprised it's filled up so fast, but I will keep people on there, and if they're active, that's great. And I would only remove them if I felt that they weren't being active. Gotta feed my sanctuary animals. That's definitely a never-ending chore, but if we don't come on and look at our town very often, then sometimes we forget some things. I have some wooden panels I can pick up, so that's good. I'm going to leave those. I'm going to leave the saws and axes there because they take up less room in my storage. And the same thing about Ernest and Rose's area, how if you do use them, they leave you tools after every so many things they do, I suppose. I just leave those there. I just leave them there, and it holds a lot up there, I've noticed. And so that they don't fill up my barn either. And what am I doing here? And I leave them there. The only thing is, if you need to upgrade or open land, don't forget to go check that area. I've done that before. I've waited for like a bolt or screw, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to spend diamonds, and then so finally after, and it's usually right after I get the item that I need in another way, then I'll happen to glance in that area and there's like maybe 2 screws or bolts or something sitting up there, and I'm like, oh man, I should have checked. But that's the only downfall to it. But if you remember what you got up there, or check occasionally, then you're okay. Put some of these in buildings. And hope we have the things they need. Yeah, this update is really interesting. I mean, it showed the cinema. I mean, it's supposed to be a place unto itself, a valley, I believe it's called, but yet they had a picture of the cinema. So how do we get to all these places? I mean, I know they've all got to be interconnected somehow, but just how? All this stuff is just, it gets to you. It's like, okay, this is like that, and I mean, it's like one big puzzle in itself, but it'll be here soon, so I'm trying not to fret or stress about things and just take it as it's come. We've waited this long. We can wait another day or so. Sometimes it seems to take forever. Okay, let's go down here. Yeah, glad we can do these. Getting low on, oh, I just ran out of the bracelets, the iron bracelets. See, this is a good way that I learn sometimes what I'm running low on. I'll ask for help on that one. What I'm running low on and need to make. So it is a good way, it's a good tool for that. And a couple other things. Oops. I can bring some cherries back later. So sometimes I'm careful about how many things. Sometimes I go too fast and I give away goat cheese or use like 2 or 3 lobster tails at one time, and I really don't like to do that. I'd rather trash it than to do that. I'll come back with some more coffee beans. Yeah, I pretty much got everything. Oh, got a hammer. I used to sit and watch them come from the buildings, walk all the way over and come over here. They would stand on this side and they would walk over to that side, and it just seemed to take forever. And in the beginning it was amusing, but to see what they would give you. But now I'm just like, I don't care, and just come back later. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much all I can do for now. And again, my name is Heyday Tinker Terry, and if you would like to subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And don't forget to tap the bell notification if you'd like to know when my newest video is out. And like everyone else, I'm waiting for the new update to come out. And I'll see you soon, and thank you very much for watching.